that they are very important, and that's why I bring a lot of values. So I hope you guys find values in my videos. Okay, so please, if you do know someone that needs to hear these videos, please take a second to share it with them. Hopefully they get to hear it and they can get something out of them. Okay, but anyway, tonight I want to share 3 things with you guys. One is going to be the homestead tax exempt, and number 2 is going to be interest rates. Number 3 is going to be FHA price increment. So, all right. So one, it's going to be the homestead tax exempt. So yes, I talk about this a lot, but it's just that important. So if you do know someone that bought a house this year, back in January 1st till today's date, it is very important that you share this video with them. Let them know that they should be filing for homestead tax exempt. It is just that important. They should be saving money. Okay, so if they bought a house this year that was a investment property, so yeah, they may not need it. But if that second home, which is the investment property they bought, is the primary home that is going to be for them, yes, it's good for them to file for homestead tax exempt, or they can even transfer it. Okay, so but it is very important for them to file for homestead tax exempt. It will save them a lot of money over the years. Okay, it will save them a lot of money over the years. So if you bought an investment property, no, you will not have homestead tax exempt on there. But if you decided that home is going to be your primary home, yes, you can transfer it over, so that way you can have all your savings. Okay, so there are a lot of credit they can be if you're a widower, if you deaf, permanently disabled, if you were a firefighter, things like that. So yes, you can have a lot of discounts, but you've got to be able to show proof for them. Okay, so homestead tax exempt, very important. Please share that with someone that may need to hear it. All right, so cool. All right, number 2 is going to be FHA price increment. FHA price increment just happened this week, guys, and what that does, it allows you to work with a lot more money. That's good news for you. If you're in the market to buy a house, it is absolutely good news, and for you. So before I say anything, so these things, what's going to happen? The FHA price increment is going to be taking effect January 1st. Okay, anything this year will not take any effect until January 1st, 2018. 2018, the price increment will be taken into effect. So here's the thing. This is how it was. So you guys may hear me talking about FHA conventional. I don't know if you guys ever asked yourself, hey, what is the cap? So yes, there was a cap on there, how much you can buy a house for the FHA price can be covered and things like that. Of course, conditions also is a good part of it as well. But if you ever considering or asking about the pricing, this is what it was. It was the cap was 274 to 75. But starting January 2018, the cap will be 294,000. 294,000, guys. So which means now you're gonna have a lot more money to work with. Okay, a lot more money to work with. So 294 to 295, which means you can now, before, if there was a house that was in the market for 290, and if you didn't have the differences to put in cash or stuff like that, then you would be able to buy it at FHA. So you would have to finance 274 for it to be an FHA mortgage. Now they increase it to 294, which is absolutely good news for you guys, because now you have a lot more to work with when it comes to the FHA if you're taking out an FHA mortgage. Okay, so that's awesome news to know, and I think you guys should know that. And you know, please, it's good information that you do need to know. So from 274 to 294, that's a big jump and a lot to work with now. So take that and run with it. All right. So now the third thing I want to talk about with you guys, it's about the interest rate. So interest rate, the government decided to, or you know, whatever. But anyway, but it is on an increase right now. So they're gonna increase it for the third time this year. Yep. Sorry, but they're increasing it third time this year. If you did not buy a house, or you did not, or you weren't paying attention to what's going on, or you kind of like, you know, I'll wait till next year. Yeah, and all that. Yeah, I've always tell people, listen, I don't know what the market is going to be look like next week, but if you do want to buy a house, you're thinking about doing so, be serious about it, because what's going on right now, the shortage we have on the market right now, and all that. So I can't predict it. I can tell you what's going to happen, but if you do want to do something, do it now. Do it now. Start getting your documents together. Start talking to your lenders. Talk with your realtor. Let them know. Listen, I want to do this. I want to do it now, because no one knows what's going to happen. But the price, the interest rate, yes, is on the verge to increase. Unfortunately, this is bad news. But then again, you know, it's just what it is. Unfortunately, I don't know how to put it, but the interest rate is about to increase. Yes. Okay, so now one last thing I want to talk about. Like I said, I'll talk about the homestead tax exempt. I'll talk about the FHA price increment, and also the third one was going to be the interest rate, which I talked about it. Now, one thing I want to add right now. So guys, if you do want to buy a house next year, okay, we are towards the end of the year now. It is very important that you go to annualcreditreport.com to check your credit report. Annualcreditreport.com is very important that you go there to print your credit report. You get to see what's in it and what you can work out, what you can pay. That way to put your credit in a good standing. It's very important. If you do think about buying a house next year, if you do think about buy a brand new car next year, all that will be very important if you do. Okay? If you're thinking about having anything in financing next year, if it's part of your goal for next year, please take this second as the year is about to end. Now, if you never check your credit, or if you never pull your credit report at Annual Credit Report this year, now is a really good time to do it, because at the end of the year, you can go ahead and pull it and print the report, see what's in it, and you start taking care of these things. I want you guys to be very, very proactive with the credit stuff, because it's that important. So be very, very proactive with it. Go to annualcreditreport.com. It is free. You will not be charged. Just do it. It will help you, save you a lot of heartache when you're thinking you're buying a house or a car next year. Next thing you know, the lender will be like, I'm sorry, I can't finance you because this and that needs to be fixed. So this is free to you guys. Annualcreditreport.com. Please go there and fix it up and look it up and stuff like that. So if you have any questions, call me. You know my number, 407-517-8858. 407-517-8858. Because this is very, very, very important. I want you guys to be on top of your credit report, things like that. If you're thinking about financing anything for the year 2018, if anything financing is part of your goal for 2018, go to annualcreditreport.com. That will save you a lot of heartache, a lot of disappointment, and you will be good to go